season of after this. Somebody say after this. See, after the betrayal. See, after the unforgiveness. After people have done robbed us, the talked about us, there is a after this. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the Bishop Whitehead, and I'm gonna walk y'all into my prayer closet. This is my prayer closet. And one would think that, wow, look at your closet. Got all my priestly robes and more. Designer coats, you name it, Gucci, Louis, you name it. Fendi, you name it. More coats. And then when you walk into my shoe closet, every designer wear for days.
This man thinks we're stupid. This man thinks we're idiots. This is the bishop at his sermon yesterday, a mere 1 week after his robbery. I noticed something strange about this picture when I saw it. Do you see it? Do you see it? Here he is, the day of the robbery. Do you see it? You notice what's on his hand? It was so nice of those robbers to return that ring to him, especially considering it must be his favorite ring. I mean, he must have some sort of attachment to it. I've never seen him wear anything else. It must have tremendous sentimental value. Or maybe it's the only damn ring he owns. I think it's officially time to tag the NYPD and the FBI in this video. You know what? Let's go ahead and tweet this video to Mayor Eric Adams while we're at it. I may not be the kind of woman who believes in organized religion now, but I do remember something from my Catholic schoolgirl days. I'm telling you, it's all about the angle. Like if you have him standing where he was standing during the robbery, with his hand at the angle it was at during the robbery, look. See? You cannot tell me that that's not the same ring. You see how the gem is like raised and rounded around the edges? Yeah, it makes an optical illusion. So when you hold it at certain angles, it looks rounded. If it was flat, like inlaid all on one surface, then it would always look square. But it's not going to always look square because it's raised. Y'all, my day job is working a jewelry counter. I will prove it to y'all when I'm at work today. It's about the angles. Look, here's even a picture of him wearing the ring. This is the same day, okay? This is the same sermon. Look, based on the angles, they look like two different shapes, do they not? It just depends on how far he's tilting his hand in.
Hi, you guys. So I wanted to come on and to touch on Bishop Whitehead. He, he went on and he had the Sunday service. I was listening to most of it. I think I didn't listen to the entire thing. I think it was like an hour and a half. It didn't sound like it was that many people in the room, but I don't know. And that was another thing. I don't know why he just did not keep his service online since he didn't really have a location, because you guys know that's a event rental place that he is holding the service. And I think a lot of people, it's not so much where it is, it's as far as an event, rental place or space or whatever, I think it's the neighborhood that it sits in. Some people have been looking into him here on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. As you can hear, Pinky is on the case. And that the whole thing, this lady probably didn't even know who he was until this robbery was in the media, right? And so I think I've said this before. People have to be careful what they ask for, because when you want all this attention, you will get it. And you might end up with the type of attention you really don't want, along with the attention you think you want. And it's that part. And so she makes a good point, because even before Sunday, I was kind of looking over his wife's Instagram page and his Instagram page. And I noticed how the wife was wearing a lot of jewelry as well, but how as time went on, I guess that Sunday, a couple Sundays ago, whenever the church was robbed, you could see during the week she wasn't wearing jewelry anymore in her videos. And he really should leave the church stuff to the wife. That's just my opinion. I think the wife is more believable in that in that space. And she's a minister as well, and he probably should have let her step out front with the church part of whatever they got going on, because he was saying to Tasha K, and I'm not going to use Tasha K's video, so she's upset because she claims we're taking stories from her, the YouTubers. We're really creating conversations around her videos. But I said, I'm not going to go through the work of getting the pieces that I'm speaking of from what I was watching. He was explaining to Tasha K that he makes money through real estate. And I think that she brought up him going to jail, prison for mortgage fraud. That he ended up going to jail for around fraud and mortgages and yeah. And so they talked about that, and then he started to talk about real estate the entire time for the rest of the interview, the part that she has on YouTube. And it's about 30 minutes, and then I think she said the rest of the interview is on her website, which I have not. I'm not on her website, and I don't see anyone else really talking about the rest of the interview as of yet. Maybe they're putting their video together. I don't know, but so yeah, he was talking about real estate most of the time. That he has these real estate courses. And then I was watching King Jive show here on YouTube as well, and he was pulling up his information. He didn't pull up the actual record, but when you own property in this country, it's public knowledge. Anybody can go and look it up. It's public record. And so he went to the assessor's page, or whatever they call it there in New York. I'm assuming they call it the assessor as well, office, and pulled up his name, and property came up. So he is not, I guess he's telling the truth about that. He owns several properties, and according to King Jive, he's definitely worth probably in assets some millions. And so people would wonder, why would you set the church in this area? What would possess him to set the church there? And then too, the church is something international, Leaderships of Tomorrow International Church or something like that. So you really could have put the church anywhere, right? You did not necessarily have to put the church in the area he would set the church in. And to my understanding, some people it's an argument on TikTok about it's the hood, it's not the hood. Some people are saying it's the hood, some people are saying it's not. I don't live in New York, so I don't know. It looks, I don't know where it is, but so people want to argue about that. I don't know. But because you're saying you're international church, and some people were saying that he's Haitian, his wife is Afro-Latino. And so I guess that's where this international conversation is coming in at. And he really could have set the church anywhere. It's an event space that he's renting, and he could have rented an event space anywhere. And so I agree. I don't get why he would select that area. But, and, I can't call it. Tasha K didn't really ask him, and maybe he'll interview with someone else, and people will get a little more in depth with him about the selecting this area. And like I was saying with Kim Burrell, people need to know what's going on around them. Even though you're not living it, you still should know what's going on around you. Flashing all this stuff around people who might be struggling right now. A lot of people did not get back to where they left off during that whole COVID situation. To my understanding, a lot of people were hit in New York, right? And so it's just not a good time for all of that. And yeah, you can wear what you want to wear. You can do whatever you want to do, but there could be consequences for you doing that. And no one's saying that you have to walk around scared. But, it's about using like some discretion or common sense, and stir it on up a little bit, right? Because you can you can have on a nice, very nice, expensive outfit without people knowing that it's an expensive outfit, you know. But he likes to put the big G's and the big F's for the Fendi and the Gucci and all that stuff, and so I don't, I don't know. I can't call it. I really can't. And people could do whatever they want to do, but you shouldn't feel surprised that someone came into your church and tried to take you for the things that you have on because of the way in which you carry yourself. And so, he didn't have a robe on this Sunday. And he actually had on the same Gucci suit that Sheree has. Sheree had on for her birthday party. And I'm going to come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I was tickled by that they had that same Gucci outfit on. But, yeah, I mean, this is not your grandparents' religion. It's certainly not what I'm used to, even my generation growing up going to church. Our bishops and the pastors, ministers, they had money as well, right? They had the nice Cadillacs and the nice Cadillac trucks. However, they were not flaunting their wealth or throwing it in anyone's face the way some people tend to handle themselves in these churches today, or so-called churches today. And so that part is really interesting. And then considering he's not American, I don't know if that has something to do with it or not. I mean, well, I don't know if he's American or not. I don't know when he is. And he also claims that he paid that lady the money. I believe he said that he paid the lady her money back. I don't know. I feel like that's what he said during the Tasha K interview, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. This is all allegedly. Everything I'm saying over here is allegedly. Even what Pinky is saying, it's allegedly, because he could have more than one ring. Like I said, it could be his birthstone or his favorite color, and maybe all of his rings will have these ruby stones. But we'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys caught Tasha K's interview over on her website, let me know your thoughts on the interview. Rabbit hole is running deep because there's also a conversation about, and he is the one who put this out here on his Instagram page, that the ex-wife accused him back in January or late last year of possibly touching one of his children. Now, I only see little girls. I don't know if he has sons. I don't know how many children this man have. And I'm not claiming to know. I'm just speaking from what I'm seeing on Instagram. I see maybe 3 and a baby. So 4 daughters. So I don't know if he has a son or not, but he's saying, as you can see in the message, I put the message in the video about the prayer closet, because this is when he was talking about that, when he was talking about his prayer closet, that the wife had took the children and he had to go through the courts to get visitations restored. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments, and I'm sure somebody's going to try to reach out to the ex-wife. I think Pinky was saying that, I don't know her name, I'm calling her Pinky because I think her TikTok is Pinky, Nerd Pinky, something like that. I'll put it in the description box. They were saying that they are trying to reach out to the ex-wife. Now, I don't know if the ex-wife is going to take anybody up on an interview or coming out saying anything. But to my understanding, that is how and why his marriage ended, because of this allegation of abuse. And this is all allegedly. I don't know. But as you can see in the message, he is the one who was talking about it. So that's how people were able to pick up on that, because they were on his Instagram and they read that this happened back in January or late last year. So when you go back on his Instagram, you start seeing the conversation around that. Now, people close to him probably wasn't aware of it because of him divorcing the first wife. And I don't know how long he's been married to this current wife. They have a baby. I can't call it with none of this stuff. But, it certainly sounds like a soap opera and not a church. church life, right? But I digress. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.